Hey, welcome to day 700 of the Corona quarantine. Let me sit down. I was about to do an exercise that I do often when I'm having difficulty processing some feelings and some fears. I'm noticing that this Corona situation, this global situation, has everybody going through different feelings. Week after week, they seem to change to some capacity. Some people are just calling that the stages of grief as we mourn the before times and we move into whatever is to come next. But the thread that continues through all of these weeks and all of the feelings that we have is some level of fear, because we are dealing with a lot of uncertainty right now as I look out into the belly of the beast that is New York, wondering what that's going to look like in a couple of months or weeks or days. And so yeah, the commonality between all of these weeks is fear on some level, whether it's with work or with relationships or just sitting with that uncertainty. There's a lot that we're going through. So when I feel this way, no matter what it is that I'm afraid of, I like to go to, I don't need that, a method to process called fear setting, which was originated by a very smart man named Tim Ferriss. So I am going to take you through his method, and then I'm going to also share with you my mother's method, which is considerably shorter. So I'm going to teach you Tim's method. It's still pretty fast, but not nearly as lightning quick as Kathy Pugh's. So if you have your pen and paper, who has a pen and paper ready? Take a second, get your pen and paper. Do you have it yet? It's okay, you can just listen. You can get to it later. So the first thing that we are going to do is to select a fear that you are going through. Anything will do. I'm gonna murder my roommate because they keep using headphones or not using headphones when they're on Zoom all day. That's a pretty decent fear, I think, these days. Another fear is contracting this virus. Potentially losing people that really matter to you, your loved ones, the safety and health of your loved ones. And it can also be worrying about your employment or just how things are going to change in the foreseeable future. So what you're going to do is you're going to write the word define in beautiful handwriting right there in a column, bam, define. And you're going to define whatever problem you choose in as much detail as humanly possible, because it might be one that we all share at the moment. I am going to do this example with the fear of contracting the coronavirus. So I am afraid of getting this virus, of getting sick, and potentially infecting others, and of it getting serious. For me personally, of it getting serious, and possibly death. Write it all down. Get as specific as humanly possible. Try to wring every little detail out of that fear that you have. So I'm afraid of contracting the coronavirus, infecting others, and possibly dying. It's a very valid fear right now. All right, column number 2, you are going to write prevent. I have the most glorious combination of both my mother and father's handwriting, which means it's entirely illegible. Prevent. Okay, so in this column, you're going to think about the fear that you detailed in your first column. You're going to consider every single step that you could possibly take to prevent the fear from happening. Fear has a beautiful way of making you very imaginative and getting you to think about all of the worst case scenarios, which is great, except that it can be a little bit debilitating. So here what we're going to do is get some of your power back, and we're going to put it on the page. What can you do right now? What is within your control to prevent such a thing from happening? So let's do it. Preventing the coronavirus. I can take a look at the CDC site. I know I can wash my hands. I know I can stay home as much as I possibly can. We clean our door handles. Our keys now live in the sink and in the dryer rack, so clean your keys. What else can I do to avoid it? Mask when you're outside. Obviously do the 6-foot situation. These all things sound very obvious, but if I'm up at night thinking I'm gonna get this thing, I'm gonna get this thing, I'm gonna get this thing, just putting down the obvious onto paper is very soothing, and I recommend it. So what else can I do here? I can also boost my immune system, boost immunity. What ways in which can I do that? I can eat healthy. I can call loved ones to keep me in good spirits. What else can I do? I take vitamins. I can sleep more. If I'm tired, have a little nap, maybe go to bed early, since I am not going to anybody's party in Brooklyn this year, probably. What's changed, really? What's changed? I never went to Brooklyn. Boost immunity. What else can I do? You know what? This is a great time to ask the people around you. Expand your imagination here. If you guys think of anything else that I could possibly do to prevent this, to prevent catching this virus, please let me know. Ask your friends if you're having difficulty thinking about how you can prevent your own fears from happening. Cool. Let's move on. All right. The next thing you are going to write, the next column you are going to create is called repair, which I just forgot how to spell. Repair. So define, prevent, now we're on repair. What is repair? Repair is everything that you can do should your fear come true. So should it come to be that I catch this virus, that I have tested positive for COVID-19, what can I do to repair the situation? Luckily, a lot of the things that were my prevent column I can do. So I can get to bed, lots of liquids, basically treat it as the flu, do everything you would do if you had the flu, including calling my mommy. She always knows what to do. Lots of tea, your favorite kind of tea, maybe a bath. Something else I would probably do is, again, go to the CDC website, take a look online, and see what the current information is for any COVID patients. And then, of course, if it were to progress, if things were to get crazy, call for help. Have help come. Call an ambulance, go to the hospital, whatever the situation is. So I can write all of those things down. If it's mild, I can get myself to the hospital. And if it's severe, call an ambulance. And then notify my family, because they are very far away from me right now. And what else can I do? I think that's probably all I can do at the moment. Again, if I've missed anything, please help me fill in the blanks. The more the merrier on these sheets. Just get it all out on there. Your final column is going to be benefit. Benefit is going to be your final column. Okay, so your final column is about the positive that comes from taking your preventative steps. What is the benefit of that prevention right there? Of taking your action steps. Super articulate at the end of the day. Thanks for sticking with me. What is the benefit of all of this? Ultimately, I think that if I were to boost my immunity, be eating healthy, staying home, keeping informed, the biggest benefit from that is peace of mind. Peace of mind, a stronger body, a sense of control, which I think is really important right now in a sea of uncertainty. What else do I have here? Look back at your prevent column. Obviously, I think that if I'm healthy, then there's less of a chance that I could catch this and I could give it to somebody else. So I think that it gives me peace of mind for the people around me, for my neighbors. And what about a mask? Actually, I have mask in my prevent column. My mother taught me how to make a mask, so we spent some time on the phone and we're sharing all of these different artistic ways in which to make masks, which you might be doing with your mom or your friends right now. So, so that was also just a nice little moment of connection that we shared in making our masks together. You know, no downside to that. And I mean, also just like a way cleaner house. Our keys have never been cleaner. So super clean keys, which they are New York keys, so they are probably filthy. Okay, great. So you have your define column, you've defined your problem, you've decided how you are going to take action now, today, if you want to. You also know the first thing that you're going to do if the fear comes true, because it might. Now you have an action plan. And you also have a little bit of motivation coming from that benefit column, which is, yeah, this is exactly why I'm going to start that prevention situation right now. Awesome. This is Tim Ferriss's method. I implore you to go and check out his video if you did not enjoy this one. And then also I want to show you the Kathy Pugh method, my mommy method. It's a little bit faster. She likes to take the worry out of every situation. She's got no time for it. She's the oldest of 10 kids. So what she does is she takes the what out of what if. So what if I get sick? She just skips right to the repair column, essentially. If I get sick, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to call my doctor. I'm going to look online. What if I get in a fight with my roommate because they won't be quiet on their Zoom calls? If I get in a fight with my roommate, I'm going to try to take a breath, and I am going to potentially apologize for yelling at them in their face. And I'm going to, if I can, just take a deep breath and negotiate a better way to handle that situation. What's another one? What if I lose my job? Or what if it's very difficult for me to find a job when things start back up, however that looks? If I lose my job, I'm going to reach out to friends. I'm going to redo my resume. I'm going to call Ashley to help coach you. I'm going to make a list of all of my skills and see how they are applicable in the new world. Essentially, Mom's method is moving you right to that repair column, and it is getting you out of that worry space almost immediately. So the what if, it just keeps you in that worry pool. It's a very terrible place to be. It never feels good. We all know about that. And it just takes you right into action. When you say if, you're immediately tipped right into an action. So if this happens, I'll do this. It's a perfect prompt. I love it so much, and I'm totally taking credit for it. But she said I could do that. So those are your two methods. You've got Tim Ferriss and you've got Mama. And now you've hopefully got a way to tackle some of those nagging, very imaginative fears that you have been experiencing in this unprecedented time. So I wish you luck. I'm here to help you. If you have any questions or you want to share any additional answers with me, please do. That would be awesome. And that's it. So thank you for hanging out with me in my lovely desk, in my beautiful home office. And be fearless. Is that corny enough? Be fearless. Just, or have fear, but work through it. I don't know. Yeah. Love you. Bye.